So let's look at an application of when we might use these ideas. And here I have an example. This example says that we have an automobile that can travel up or downhill, and when it does, it experiences some force due to gravity. And this force, which is called a grade resistance, is modeled by the following equation. So they're giving us the equation where this is the resistance, this is the weight of the automobile, and then this is the angle whether we're traveling up or downhill. Okay, so the amount of how far we're traveling up or how far we're traveling down. So what we want to use is the example or the question that's being asked of us is here. I want to be able to calculate F to the nearest 10 pound for a 5,500 pound car if this car is traveling uphill at a grade of 3.9. Okay, so this really just becomes filling in an equation using a formula to fill it in. So this value right here is going to be W, and we use the equation F is equal to W sine theta. So that would be 5,500 sine of 3.9. So I'm going to use my calculator to be able to solve for F. So I'm just going to plug the whole thing into the calculator just like it shows here. So I have 5,500 times the sine of 3.9. And we get back the value 374.08. I want to know to the nearest 10 pounds. So I'm going to go ahead and round this down to 370. So the force is equal to 370. So that's a fairly straightforward example. Let's do it again. This time I want to calculate F for a 2,800 pound car, and it's traveling downhill at this degree value here. So F is what I'm solving for, and I know that it's 2,800 sine of negative 4.8. So using the calculator again, so we would just plug this in. It would be 2,800 sine of negative 4.8 giving us a value of negative 234, but again I'm going to round this down, so this would be negative 230. So negative 230. Straightforward use of an equation or a formula that's given to us. Let's look at one more part to this question. This time it says I have a 2,400 pound car traveling uphill and I know what the resistance is. So I'm going to have to find out what theta is. What is the angle of the grade? So if I know what the force is and I know what the weight is, I'm solving for theta. So we plug it in. 288 is equal to 2,400 sine theta. Remember, it's theta that I'm actually solving for. So just like in algebra where we could divide off the coefficient, I'm going to divide this side by 2,400, both sides by 2,400. When I do that, on the left-hand side over here, I get 288 divided by 2,400, giving me 0.12, so 0.12. That's equal to sine theta. So if I know that the sine of some angle equals 0.12, then I'm going to take the inverse sine of 0.12 to get theta. So I have second sine 0.12, and I find out that the angle of the grade is 6.89.